Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Sherry. This is some business therapy. I want to talk with you today about feeling fear in your business and how to move out of that so that you can find more expansive, creative, fun, and playful thinking that's going to help you solve the problems and challenges that you might be feeling right now in a much more productive way. One thing I see all the time with the entrepreneurs and founders that I work with is when they start having a situation show up, maybe a conflict at work or an upcoming presentation, they start to contract their thinking and think in very extreme and binary ways. And so, what's very common is when you start to feel some type of fear at work, something's going on that isn't really sitting with you, you start to hyper focus that fear. And because you hyper focus, you also start to lose perspective and you start to think there's only one or two options available. You get into binary thinking. You're all in or you're all out. Maybe I should quit. Maybe I should fire this, right? You start to think in these extreme sort of A or B outcomes. And that focus that you're having to try and solve that problem often is keeping you from seeing the full range of possibilities for how to creatively problem solve what's going on. So the thing we can start to recognize is, hey, I'm feeling some fear right now. And how do we start to recognize that? We see it in how it shows up in our body. Our heart starts to beat. I remember when I would get emails from this person I worked with that I was stressed about working with, my hands would start to sweat before I even read what they said in the email they sent me. So your body is going to start showing you, hey, you're in a fearful state. You're in a state of scarcity. When that happens and you start to get aware of that, you can start to say, hey, I'm also probably narrowing my thinking. Am I thinking A or B binary kind of options or outcomes? Or you're thinking very drastically, this is going to totally blow up my business. Or you start to think in extremes. When that happens, if you can start creating more than two options for yourself, you move out of obligation, which is when you're A or B, you only got two choices. That's not very much freedom. It just feels like you're kind of trapped either way. When you add a third option, so what if I did this? What if I did that? And what if I did X, Y, and Z? Now you start thinking, oh, I have some creative control here. I have some ability to work with this situation in a new way. So creating many options for solving the problem that you're facing is a great way for you to get out of scarcity, out of fear, and into creative control and creative presence. Because suddenly, now you've got option A, B, C, and D. What if you talk to more people? What if you slept on it? What if you asked for more time? What if you just took space? Right? There's so many things for how you can work with a situation and yourself to get you into a different state. And really what I'm talking about today is to notice that the state you're in does affect the decisions you make and the actions you take. When you're in fear, you tend to take more limited action and lose sight of creative potential. Creative potential is just knowing I have infinite opportunity, I have infinite decisions I can make. There's infinite things I can do in response to whatever's going on, and how I feel related to this situation actually impacts what I end up doing. That's the thing that I see when I coach founders and entrepreneurs that you can do for yourself is first notice, when am I feeling fear? How is that showing up in my body? Notice, what is my mind saying about this fear? Is it saying I only have one or two options? Is it saying I'm trapped? Can you work with yourself to create some space, maybe step away for a little bit, and then come back with a variety of different options? List 3, 4, 5 potential things that you could do to creatively solve this problem. If you do this, if you create options for yourself, if you have choice now, you're back in an empowered state that's going to help you move forward in a way that's much more easy, powerful, and often productive. So the irony here is being in a more free, abundant, creative state is more productive than what your mind is telling you needs to happen, which is you need to just fight through this and respond quickly because you're in fear. That's the paradox and the interesting aspect of this. I hope this helps you think about a situation that's going on right now that you might be feeling some fear or scarcity in. See for yourself how that's limiting your thinking and create some space from it so you can open up and start to come up with more creative problems. solving options for yourself. Let me know how this resonates with you. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to chat with you there. I create videos like this every single week, so you can subscribe if you're interested to hear more. I'll be back again very soon. Yeah.